How's it going, guys? Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. In today's episode, we're continuing on with our Chelsea's gameplay save file on Football Manager 2017. In the last episode, if you didn't manage to watch it, we unfortunately lost against Arsenal 2-0. We played a fair amount of games since then. A little bit of a mixed bag of results, to be honest. So we managed to beat Wolves in the League Cup third round. That was a 1-0 result. Victor Moses with the goal there, so pretty standard win for Chelsea, which was quite good. In the next game we played against Liverpool, that was an away game, and as you can see, it really didn't go to plan at all. You can see that Liverpool, within the first 25 minutes, they were actually 4-0 up, and yeah, they just absolutely dominated us. We played really poor the whole game. I did try to make quite a number of changes throughout that whole game, but yeah, really didn't go to plan at all. We did manage to get a couple of goals back, but to be honest, being 4-0 down after 25 minutes was, yeah, there wasn't really going to be too much of a way back for us. We then went on to win 4 games in a row, and that started off with a 2-0 home victory against Bournemouth with Eden Hazard and Diego Costa picking up the goals for us there. We then beat Middlesbrough away, which I think was a pretty decent result for us. William with a couple of goals with an average rating of 9.4 and Diego Costa with an average rating of 8.1 picking up the goals. We then moved on to a game against West Ham, where we managed to beat them 2-1. I was really pleased with the result of this game actually, because West Ham did actually take the lead in the 31st minute through Dimitri Payet. But then in the second half, I gave the players a little bit of a rollicking, and then we did manage to come back and win the game 2-1. So for me, that was a pretty decent result. We then continued our success in the League Cup. Eden Hazard with a penalty in the 30th minute, and Oscar getting a goal within stoppage time just to round the result off and just to make sure that we did manage to get into the next round. In the last game that we played, we unfortunately lost that one against Sunderland. Jermaine Defoe managed to basically get the winner for Sunderland. You can see here that in terms of our average ratings, we didn't exactly play bad. I think we had a fair amount of shots on goal. Diego Costa picking up an average rating of 6.4. So yeah, I think he basically had quite a number of shots that were, you know, not going on target basically. So yeah, really didn't do too well in that game. In terms of our league positions, so currently Tottenham have won 9 games out of 10 and they've got 28 points. They're absolutely killing it at the moment. And Arsenal are also doing well. They've got 7 wins out of 10 games and they've got 22 points. We're in 8th position at the moment with 16 points, but you can see that if we do get a win, you know, potentially we could go up to like 3rd position. Yeah, obviously goal difference and things like that is going to be playing a part, but certainly we're looking to just kind of push forward. And hopefully if we can try and catch Tottenham, it's going to be a little bit of a tall ask, I think. We've actually lost 4 games already, which is quite disappointing. But yeah, certainly just playing around with the tactics and things at the moment, just trying to find our feet. In today's episode, we're going to be playing a game against Southampton, so I'll get the team ready for that game. And yeah, we'll just see how we get on with that match. Okay then, so I think we're pretty much all ready for today's game. I'm going to try something a little bit different with the tactics today. I'm going to play Eden Hazard in a shadow striker role just to see how he gets on with that, and I'm going to use Diego Costa as a more advanced forward. My idea here pretty much is to just make Diego Costa, Hazard and Willian be on the ball all the time. I'm going to maybe let Fabregas get forward as much as possible, but I do want Fabregas, Thomas Partey, Kante and all my defenders basically to sort of like hang back and just be really solid at the back, just while letting these 3 pretty much do whatever they want. I'm going to see how this gets on in this game, and I might be tweaking the tactics throughout the game, but we'll certainly see how we get on with this anyway. Okay then, so the team talk's gone pretty well for today's game. I managed to just tell the players to give me a good performance, and I've also just told them that I've got faith in them as well. So we'll start this game and see how we get on. Really not interested about seeing the players warm up. So yeah, we do certainly need to be, you know, a lot better, I think, you know, this season. It's only been like 10 games gone so far, but we do certainly need to try and get as far up the table as possible. I do think that this team's obviously got a lot of good players and that we should be doing a lot better at the moment. There's not been too many chances so far. We've managed to have 5 shots and only actually 1 on target. Southampton have had 3 shots and they've only actually had 2 on target. So yeah, pretty even game so far, and there's certainly not too many highlights to... I just want to double check. So Yeah, I have actually got it on key highlights, but literally nothing happened in the first half, which is very disappointing. What I am going to do is just tell the players that I'm not happy with the performance so far and just see if we can do something a little bit better with that. I do think Diego Costa is probably not getting into the game too much, so what I'm going to do for a little bit is just move him as a deep line forward just so that he can try and pick the ball up a little bit more. We'll crack on with the second half and just see if we've got a couple more opportunities for some highlights here. So Cedric with the ball down the right hand side for Southampton, but that chance ends and we move on to hopefully another highlight pretty soon. Certainly not too much happening in the way of chances at the moment. So yeah, 7-8 shots to us now, and we're still trying to make things happen here. What I'm going to do is just go to more controlled, just to see if we can try and push forward to get a goal, and I'm going to go assertive and ask the players to show a little bit more passion. Southampton are trying to move the ball forward. Diego Costa picks up the ball a little bit deeper. We've obviously got him in that deep line playmaker. Deep line forward role at the moment. Pretty poor cross in from Alonso, and Southampton pick the ball up in the middle. Charlie Austin picks the ball up in the centre for Southampton. Fabregas with a very good interception, and Kante brings the ball forward to William, who's going to run at the Southampton defence and hopefully make some things happen. Hazard with a really nice run through the Southampton defence, but he doesn't manage to finish that off. I think that's going to be a good way to use Eden Hazard actually, in terms of just making him drop a little bit deeper and, you know, being able to run at the opposition defence. I think that's probably going to be the best way to get the most out of Eden Hazard. What I am going to try and do, guys, I'm going to bring on Oscar, I think, and just use him in that deep line forward role just for a little bit, just to see if he can make anything happen just for the remaining moments of this game. What I'm going to do is, well, I'm just going to go for more attacking and just see if we can actually make anything happen here. Obviously there's been a few kind of chances for us, but nothing really sort of concrete, which has been pretty poor. So Eden Hazard picks up the ball here. Unfortunately, Oscar looks like he's injured, which is really not helping us trying to attack at the last moments of this game. Southampton do actually pick the ball up here in the middle of the pitch, and the ball ends up back in the Southampton half, but they look to bring it forward here with only a few minutes on the clock. Oscar's actually now back on the pitch. It looks like that actually hit the post, and Gary Cahill managed to clear the ball. We've only got a couple of moments left here. Free kick to Chelsea here. Oscar with the ball. Looks like it's near enough going to be the end of the game here. So 0-0 away at Southampton. It's not too much of a bad result. We certainly didn't look like an especially forgettable draw, the commentary said at the bottom of that. So certainly not a very good game for the neutral watching that game. I'm pretty happy with my defence, to be honest. You can see that they all really performed well, but in terms of anything else that was happening, really not anything that was sort of clear-cut. No clear-cut chances. We were kind of shooting, but really not too much happening. Quite a number of passes. We look to have tried to cross the ball quite often as well. I'm going to just analyse this really quickly, guys, just to see exactly what was happening. So in terms of key passes, my players did not make any key passes. So that is certainly something that I do need to make a hell of a lot more. We need to definitely be making a lot more key passes. I have actually got the players to be more expressive, which should enable them to, be more expressive and to try and make some sort of more killer balls and passes and things like that. But it certainly doesn't look to be enough. So that's certainly something that I'm going to look to try and make a little bit of a difference too. Obviously, Diego Costa, his average rating was pretty poor, but you can see here that he hardly really picked up the ball. And in terms of shots taken, he did take a shot that was on target, but for Diego Costa to only be taking one shot, I can see that he was certainly too isolated up top on his own. And he was certainly having no joy at all. You can see here that he went in for 10 headers and he was only successful with 3 of them. So it looks like, I'm not too sure who the Southampton defender would have been that was marking Diego Costa, but looks like Diego Costa was either marked out the game or just too further forward for the rest, just to get involved with the play basically. So 0-0 draw, pretty disappointing result, I guess, on reflection, but at least we did keep a clean sheet. and we didn't actually end up losing the game, which is which is obviously a bonus. So I'm going to call this the end of this particular episode, guys. I'm hoping to record a couple more episodes tonight just so I can release this gameplay series a little bit more often. But thank you for watching this particular episode, and we'll be back soon for the next episode in this series. Thanks for watching.